Lesson 28. £5 too dear. In this lesson, we'll talk about buying bargains. The title of the text is £5 too dear. Why was even £5 too dear? 为什么5磅都太贵了? Now first, listen to the story and try to answer this question.
Small boats, loaded with wares, sped to the great liner as she was entering the harbour. Before she had anchored, the men from the boats had climbed on board, and the decks were soon covered with colourful rugs from Persia, silks from India, copper coffee pots, and beautiful handmade silverware. It was difficult not to be tempted. Many of the tourists on board had begun bargaining with the tradesmen, but I decided not to buy anything until I had disembarked. I had no sooner got off the ship than I was assailed by a man who wanted to sell me a diamond ring. I had no intention of buying one, but I could not conceal the fact that I was impressed by the size of the diamonds. Some of them were as big as marbles. The man went to great lengths to prove that the diamonds were real. As we were walking past the shop, he held a diamond firmly against the window and made a deep impression in the glass. It took me over half an hour to get rid of him. The next man to approach me was selling expensive pens and watches. I examined one of the pens closely. It certainly looked genuine. At the base of the gold cap, the words "Made in the USA" had been neatly inscribed. The man said that the pen was worth £50, but as a special favour he would let me have it for £30. I shook my head and held up 5 fingers, indicating that I was willing to pay £5. Gesticulating wildly, the man acted as if he found my offer outrageous, but he eventually reduced the price to £10. Shrugging my shoulders, I began to walk away when, a moment later, he ran after me and thrust the pen into my hands. Though he kept throwing up his arms in despair, he readily accepted the £5 I gave him. I felt especially pleased with my wonderful bargain, until I got back to the ship. No matter how hard I tried, it was impossible to fill this beautiful pen with ink, and to this day it has never written a single word.
So why was even £5 too dear? Because in the end, the pen was useless. It just didn't work. The text first describes the scene when the ship was entering the harbour, and then tells us about the author's experience after getting off board. 这篇课文呢，先是向我们描述了船进港的情景，然后呢，又讲述了作者下船之后的经历。He met 2 peddlers, one selling diamond rings, and he managed to resist the temptation. The other selling pens and watches, and he bargained with this man very cautiously. 作者呢遇到了2个小贩，一个是兜售钻戒的，他呢终于抑制住了购买的冲动；另外一个呢是兜售名贵钢笔和手表的。作者小心翼翼地跟这个小贩讨价还价。最后呢，他为自己讨价还价的本事觉得洋洋自得的时候，才发现 even £5 was too much, because he couldn't write a single word with his pen. All right, now let's look at some language points in the text. Small boats loaded with wares sped to the great liner. Be loaded with means be filled with. 这里的意思就是小船上装满了货物。课文后边又出现了这句话 ：The decks were soon covered with colorful rugs, silks, etc. Be covered with 意思是甲板上摆满了、盖满了这些东西。那么介词 with 它经常可以跟过去分词连用， 表示在什么之内或者之上一种充满的状态。常用的这样的词组有 be filled with, be heaped with, be packed with, be piled with, etc. Loaded with wares. Ware 做复数使用的时候，意思是 goods 货物、商品。那么它做单数的时候，可以用作词根来表示由某种材料制成的器具。比如说课文出现的 silverware 银器。那么 ware 做词根的时候呢，也可以用作计算机用语。比如说 software 软件 hardware 硬件。It was difficult not to be tempted. 很难不受到诱惑。这句话如果直截了当的讲，其实就是 one would certainly be tempted. 一个人一定会受到诱惑。Many of the tourists on board had begun bargaining with the tradesman. Bargain means to argue about the price. 这里呢是用作动词使用。Bargain 在这篇课文中再次出现的时候是用作名词使用。I felt especially pleased with my wonderful bargain. Bargain here means the thing you buy. Bargain here means the thing you buy cheaply. 讨价还价之后买到的便宜货。Until I had disembarked. 课文后边马上跟了一句 I had no sooner got off the ship. 所以呢，从上下文中我们可以猜出 disembark 的意思就是 get off the ship 下船。I had no sooner got off the ship than I was assailed by a man who wanted to sell me a diamond ring. No sooner than 一怎么就怎么。这句话就相当于 Immediately after I had got off the ship, I was assailed. 那么为了表示强调两个动作的连接的紧密性 no sooner 经常放在句首，那么主谓就要倒装，就要变成 No sooner had I got off the ship than I was assailed. I'll give you more examples. He had no sooner returned home than the telephone rang. 他一到家，电话就响了。这句话如果把 no sooner 放在句首的话，就变成 No sooner had he returned home than the telephone rang. 把 had 要提前。那么英文中有这么一句话叫 No sooner said than done. 意思就是一说就做 Do something immediately. I was assailed by a man who wanted to sell me a diamond ring. Assail 意思是骚扰、纠缠，它的同义词有 pester 或者 harass. I had no intention of buying one. Have no intention of doing something. 无意做什么，不打算做什么。经常呢是用 no intention 用否定的意义。Look at this example. I have no intention of helping her after what she did to me. 她这样待我，我可不打算再帮她了。I was impressed by the size of the diamonds. 意思是钻石这么大，让我印象深刻。Be impressed by 介词也可以用成 with， 意思呢就是 admire something very much. For example, I was very impressed by or with his eloquence. 他的口才令我非常佩服。Impress 它的名词形式是 impression 印象。For example, I have a favorable impression of her. 我对她的印象很好。那么课文后边出现 impression 的时候 He held the diamond firmly against the window and made a deep impression in the glass. 这里的名词 impression 不是印象的意思，而是划的印记。Look at this example. He noticed that there was the impression of a car's wheels in the snow. 他注意到雪地里有车轮的痕迹。这里跟课文一样，是痕迹、印记的意思。The man went to great lengths to prove that the diamonds were real. Go to great lengths to do something means try all methods to achieve some purpose. 想方设法，费尽力气。For example, some women would go to great lengths to make themselves look younger. 有些女人为了使自己显得更加年轻，费尽了心机。It took me over half an hour to get rid of him. Get rid of him 意思就是摆脱他。You can either get rid of a thing or a person. 那么用 get rid of 既可以表达扔掉一样东西，也可以表达摆脱一个人。Look at these examples. Why don't you simply get rid of your old bicycle? 你干嘛不就把你的旧自行车扔了呢？ He did not get rid of his guests until midnight. 他直到午夜才摆脱了他的客人。I examined one of the pens closely. Examine 它的同义词是 inspect， 仔细的看、检查。这两个词呢，都是比较书面化的用法。如果是在口语里，就会说 have or take a close look at something. For example, the judges were examining the evidence. 法官在检查证据。Closely means carefully, 仔细的。我们在前面的课文里学过它的形容词用法。Advertisers have made a close study of human nature. 这里 close 就是 careful 的意思。It certainly looked genuine. Genuine means real in value, 货真价实的。它经常呢用来形容这些东西。Genuine diamond, 真的钻石。Genuine leather, 真皮。Genuine painting means the original painting. At the base of the golden cap. Base here means the lowest part, 最底部。The golden cap. Cap here means covering or top. 这里呢指的是笔帽。那么我们在前面课文里也学过 cap 这种的用法。The officer unscrewed the cap. 这里的 cap 指的是瓶盖。The man said that the pen was worth £50, but as a special favor, he would let me have it for £30. Favor here means special treatment or a cheaper price, 一种特别的优惠。Gesticulating wildly, the man acted as if he found my offer outrageous. Gesticulate means make gestures because of eagerness or excitement or anger. 出于某种激动的情绪而做手势。那么 wildly 这个副词经常用来形容 gesticulate. The man acted as if he found my offer outrageous. Act as if, or sometimes we can use act like. 意思是 behave as if or behave like. For example, he acted like a child. 他的举止行为像一个孩子。He acted as if he had never seen me before. 他的行为呢，好像是从来没有见过我一样。As if he found my offer outrageous. Outrageous means shocking or extremely offensive. 非常惊人的，或者非常无理的。Here it means he found my offer too difficult to accept. 那么 outrageous 需要根据上下文来判断它具体的意思。For example, an outrageous price. Outrageous means very high. 惊人的价格，这里是指价格之高。An outrageous lie means a too offensive lie. 无耻的谎言。 An outrageous hairstyle 意思是非常令人震惊的发饰。An outrageous character means a very unusual character, 一个非常惊世骇俗的人物。He eventually reduced the price to £10. Eventually means finally, but it emphasizes that it happens only after a lot of problems. Eventually 跟 finally 意思相同，但是它强调了只是在经过很多努力、经过很多问题之后才发生。He ran after me and thrust the pen into my hands. Thrust into means to put something into your hand very suddenly and violently. 很突然地硬塞到我的手中。它跟 throw 意思相近，但是 throw 并没有方向。thrust 经常跟 into 这个介词连用。He kept throwing up his arms in despair. Throw up one's arms is usually used to show despair and helplessness. 这个举起双臂的动作经常用来表示绝望和无奈的情绪。He readily accepted the £5 I gave him. Readily means immediately and without any further problem. 他轻而易举的马上就接受了这5磅钱。Look at this example. He readily agreed to help. 他毫不迟疑的就答应帮忙。No matter how hard I tried. 不管我怎么样费尽力气的去试。No matter 后头经常可以跟这样的疑问词 how 或者 where 不管在哪儿 or what 不管是什么。I'll give you one more example. I'll follow you no matter where you go. 不管你走到哪儿，我都跟着你。To this day, it has never written a single word. To this day 这是一个固定词组，意思是 even now 直到现在。Look at this example. To this day, he doesn't know why his girlfriend left him. 直到现在，他也不明白为什么他的女友离他而去。这篇课文为了生动地描述我和小贩讨价还价的过程，在我和小贩2个人的身体语言上颇花了一些笔墨。Let's look at these sentences in the text. I shook my head and held up 5 fingers. 另外还有一句 Shrugging my shoulders, I began to walk away. 作者呢，并没有出任何声音，这些动作也是静态的。买卖双方一静一动，小贩和我的动作恰恰成为对比。Gesticulating wildly, the man acted as if he found my offer outrageous. 另外一个小贩的动作是 He kept throwing up his arms. 而且这几句话的句式也不同。The sentence variety also helps to make the scene more vivid. 首先呢，有并列句 I shook my head and held up 5 fingers. 用并列句来表达这2个动作。这2句话呢，又用了现在分词表示伴随性的身体语言。Shrugging my shoulders, gesticulating wildly. 这句话呢，使用的是一个复杂句，那么复杂句当中是由 though 引导的从句。一个 though 表示转折，也就告诉我们，一方面这个小贩 keep throwing up his arms, 另一方面 readily accept the money, 就表现出了他的动作和心理的相悖，这样就暗示了他的狡诈。Finally, we'll come back to the content of the text. 这篇课文呢，向我们讲述了作者的一次购物经历，相信这种经历对大家来说都很熟悉。We all love to get something at a cheap price, and there are some people who have this hobby of looking for cheap goods everywhere. 我们把这种到处找便宜货的人，在英文中叫做 the bargain hunters. 就像作者的经历告诉我们的那样 ，tourists are often the target group of the tradesmen. Why? Well, for one thing, tourists won't go back. 另外一个原因呢，就是小商小贩出售纪念品之后很难再找到他们。It will be very difficult to track the peddlers who sell souvenirs. The author is first very determined, and then very cautious, but finally he is fooled. 这是为什么呢？ Because tradesmen usually understand our psychology. 因为这些生意人通常是非常懂得我们的心理的。他们漫天要价 but we are often very self-conceited, comforting ourselves that we are very good bargainers. 但是我们通常忘记了，最初要的那个价钱其实就是假的。所以有这样的说法 ，One can never get a real bargain. Okay, so much on the topic of bargaining. See you next time.